Well, there is the main road between Exeter and Barnstaple, the old turnpike, which I've just taken from Crediton, and I've stopped here at Chenson Crossing on this little byway, which is rather pleasant and sun-kissed today. This used to be a manned crossing. Here it is, and there is the former crossing keeper's house, and these would have been manned gates. There's one of the gate posts on the right, and now you have to telephone the signalman if you want to cross with any vehicles or animals. Pedestrians just take care and use the pedestrian gates. There it is, Chenson number 2. I don't know where number 1 is. I don't actually know what road this is because I don't have my map with me today. This is a ride I do without maps because they aren't needed. And I say that without having thought this through, because I would like to know where this road goes. I will find out when I get home. Just over there is a rather beautiful bridge over the River Tor, which we will be following. The road and the railway follow the River Tor. The Tor was there first. And I just missed a Barnstaple to Exeter train tearing through as I arrived. It would have been nice to have seen it beetling off in the distance on what is one of the few remaining sections of jointed track. Here we are on long welded rail, and just up the line from the crossing there is a expansion joint, breather to give it its colloquial name. That's the joint there with the 2 rails lying flat in the forefoot, and then beyond that it's jointed track with a short length of that bottom rail beyond, which then goes into Bullhead, and all that I guess will be gone in a year or so's time. Line speed here is 55 miles an hour, and this was once a double line, was it? No, it was going to be a double line, and there is provision for an extra line there, as you'll see with the bridge troughs, girders there on the right, indicating that there could have been a second line, or there was intended to be a second line. I'm not sure. And here is this lovely bridge. I say lovely, it's just a bridge, but it's the fact that it's so quiet, and it gives you an indication of what the roads of Devon might have looked like, the roads of the country might have looked like, until they were properly metalled in the early decades of the 20th century. Roads would have looked like this. Some were adopted, most were adopted, some were just left like this and became byways. Still technically open to traffic, but traffic doesn't want to use them. It's going anywhere. And so they're left to romantics like me just to enjoy while whiling away the time between now and the next train, if I'm going to wait here. I'm not sure. And here is the River Tor. The River Tor, where the otter lived, Tarka, whose name has now been taken by just about anything that is connected with this area, whether you buy a Tarka tea towel or go to a Tarka tuck shop or follow the Tarka bloody trail, Tarka this, Tarka that. I bet you not one of them could mention the author's name, Henry Williamson, who lies in the graveyard at Georgeham. A First World War officer who came back determined after the First War never to do it all again, and wrote beautifully about a countryside then that must have been so wonderful. Although I'm saying that even as I'm staring at a country which is equally wonderful today. It is just the threat, I suppose, of it being somehow ruined by something, some outside force, by weight of numbers, by climate change. Oh, I said it. For this moment in my life, I'm privileged to enjoy a little bit of heaven here, beside a Devon river, in a valley meandering its way towards the north coast, which is where I'm going, and which I've done now for several years. My opening season ride, I sort of seem to think of it. It's just so easy. If I don't like it, I can get back on the train. But today is, so far, been rather pleasant, and in no way less enjoyable than it was last year or the year before. I have to say there is quite a strong tailwind, which makes it seem like I've got some kind of electric assist on my bike, which I haven't, but it could be said that I've cheated, but it is a matter of chance. I didn't want to do it at a weekend. Today is a weekday, a Friday, and this is just the way the wind was going. I think it's fair to say I wouldn't have done this ride today if the wind had been in my face, and I think it's going to slacken as the day goes on, but up till now very pleasant.